This is the gastrointestinal tract of the bovine.
Bovines have a ruminant stomach, while canines, felines, and humans have a monogastric stomach. Bovine's stomach is comprised of a forestomach containing the reticulum, rumen, and the omasum, and the true stomach, which is called the abomasum. Each compartment performs a different digestive function. We will take you through the process of how each of these compartments plays a role in the digestive system. We will start with the oral cavity. The cow consumes food, and the process of mastication breaks up larger pieces of food, mixing them with saliva to create a bolus that they then swallow.
The bolus then goes down through the esophagus, which runs down behind the aorta and into the first chamber of the forestomach called the rumen. This side of the stomach is called the rumen, and this organ lying on top of the stomach is called the spleen. Anything heavy that enters the rumen will then fall down into the reticulum. The rumen is also referred to as the mixing pot. It is a large, expandable chamber where fermentation occurs. It contains many microorganisms that assist in the breakdown of carbohydrate substances that make up the structural parts of plants. The ruminal mucosa contains numerous papillae which help increase the surface area available for absorption. All of these muscular layers work to mix and stir their contents as needed inside the rumen, then it can compress and shoot food back up into the esophagus and is re-chewed as cud. When the food comes back down the esophagus and re-enters the rumen, it is very wet and heavy and then falls into the honeycomb reticulum.
The reticulum is the second chamber of the forestomach and is located cranial to the rumen. This is where the heavy or dense feed and any metal objects eaten by the cow are dropped into. A small fold of tissue lies between the reticulum and the rumen, but they are not actually separate compartments. Collectively, they are called the ruminoreticulum. The reticulum is lined with a honeycomb appearance to increase its surface area, allowing for more absorption to take place. Inside the reticulum, there is a tiny hole that leads to the omasum. The omasum has many plies and is the third compartment of the forestomach and aids in mechanical breakdown of ingesta and in the absorption of water. The omasum will then drain into the true enzymatic digestive stomach, also known as the abomasum.
Leaving the abomasum, also known as the true stomach, the ingesta will then enter into the small intestine, which contains three parts where most nutrients are absorbed through the villi into the blood and lymphatic system. The ingesta first enters through the duodenum, which holds the pancreas in its spot. It then continues into the jejunum and finally the ileum, where the end of the small intestine meets up with the large intestines at the point of the cecum. This white organ here is called the mesentery. It holds the small intestines together. When we flip the intestines over, we can see where the small intestine ends and goes into the blind-ended pouch called the cecum. It then goes into the anus spiralis and comes out the bottom to enter our ascending, transverse, and descending colon until we get to our muscular rectum, where the feces then leaves the body.
This is the full gastrointestinal tract of a bovine.